Good morning. So, I want to talk a little bit about expectations and trying to control outcomes. So, uh, during this spiritual awakening, we start understanding that everything is divinely guided. We are taken down the path that will get us closer to our self, um, the quickest route that is possible. And the further we get along this journey, this spiritual awakening journey, we can see that more and more obvious. That when we have behaviors that are out of sync um, with cause and effect, when we are behaving in a way, when we have these automatics that are going, these programs that are going, that are set according to society, it could be by society's standards that these programs that are running are completely acceptable. And when we start realizing that we're on this autopilot and we start seeing all of these places that we're out of sync with the universe, with God, with our higher self, it causes us so much pain. And there are very few um, people that we can share what we're going through with, because the things that we are finding that are on automatic programming are the norm, are acceptable. Only we're finding that they are out of sync, and they are causing us to have these automatic behaviors when we get into specific situations, and these automatic behaviors are holding us apart from ourselves. And when we are behaving in this way, in this automatic way, that is, we're behaving in a specific way according to our perspective, which is taught to us, our belief system, what we believe about ourselves, about our place in the world. And when we have this automatic going, it is going to kick in anytime we get into a situation. That is why every single time that as we go through life and as we're stimulated, every single time we get into a situation, um, where that programming is relevant, that programming will kick in. That is why we get opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to repair, or to um, be aware and pay attention and start removing those false beliefs and replacing them with other beliefs. And in the beginning, it is something that we have to do with purpose. We have to use our mind to do it, because it feels natural to go into those automatics, even when we know it already, even when we went through the pain already. We already fell down that pit hole, and we already know what needs to be done, and we still fall into the same pit hole again and again and again until we can go in and change that behavior with intention. Pay attention. Sometimes it's even to go out of your way to repair a to fix something. And we also have to let go of the sorrow, because every time we are out of sync, we're paying prices. We're seeing those prices that we're paying, especially on the twin flame journey, because we have that reflection back to us. It's We get the reflection, we keep on getting the reflection, we keep on paying prices for whatever it is. So we could either sit in the sorrow of it and cry over spilt milk, like, oh no, I did that again, I'm a complete loss, and then give up on ourselves, which isn't really a possibility, because once you're on this spiritual awakening, it's either you're stuck in the pain and in the loops, or you take responsibility and you rise above. um, but the universe, God, the divine, is you are always going to be, once you're on the spiritual awakening, you are going to be getting those reflections back to you in the places that you are out of sync. It can't be any different, because once you start rising into that awareness, it means that it's almost like you're peeling away your subconscious. And it's slowly the layers are coming off your subconscious, and your subconscious is coming into the light. And then all of a sudden you're seeing all these behaviors and all of these automatics that you have going. And it's inevitable. And as you start seeing them, you start repairing them, and you get into the finer and finer and finer tuning. And the finer tuning you get into, the more painful it is, because the more obvious it is to you how you are out of sync with your own higher being. And where I was going with this, and I kind of went off to kind of explain this, and I want to bring it back, is that you will, as you go through life, go down the quickest the route that you can possibly intake, um, because it's so painful that there's only so much you can see at a time. And it's also built by layers, right? You have to take off of this layer in order to see this layer, and then you take that layer off in order to see the layer underneath it. So it's like you have to be able to see this before you can see this sometimes. And there's many things that are all intertwined, so you're seeing this picture that is so complex and mumbo jumbo to you in the beginning. You can't even make sense of the things that you're seeing. After a while, you start seeing all the interconnectedness with everything. Also, the interconnectedness with, as you peel down the layers, the interconnectedness between you and everything else that is around you. You see that you're part of everything. And the enormity of the picture, there's only so fast that you can take it in. So this is a process. And sometimes it can happen just like that. Parts of this, I know that parts of the spiritual awakening, there were things that I went through that were so detrimental that it just changed me in a second. There's no going back. And then there's some things that I just go through, and then I go through them again, and then I go through them again, and I say, okay, I'm going to fix this. And I'm given the opportunity to fix it, and I still don't fix it. And those are the things that I think that when you still don't fix it, then comes that deep rooted pain. I keep on talking about the pain. I keep on talking about the pain because the pain is just, it's so overwhelming during the spiritual awakening. And the pain, nobody else can understand the pain that you're giving to these minuscule little things that you're finding within yourself. When you look at the big picture and you look at yourself, you can see how far you've come. You can be proud of yourself. But when you get into those little, you have to go through it to go through it. You can't be above it and go through it at the same time. This is something I keep on telling myself too. No, you can't be above it before you go through it. You have to go through it to get the lessons. And so there has to be that pain in it. And bringing it back is that because this is divinely guided, and it feels like when you get into a situation, everything was written ahead of time. You start seeing how this was already scripted before you even came in. What you're going through today was, you can see the connectiveness to what happened 2 weeks ago, that it was all writing up and bringing you into this current moment. And you see that it was all written. It was written. And not only was it written from 2 weeks ago, it was written from your childhood. You can see the things that you are going through now are bringing you full circle back to your early childhood. And then you see the divinity of it all. And so trying to hold on, this is bringing it back full circle, trying to hold on to outcomes. You have expectations of the way things should be. It should be like this. I should be with my twin flame. I should be, this wasn't supposed to work out like this. I was supposed to be sitting on top of whatever. How could I have gotten to this point? You have all these expectations and all of these should be's, and holding on to different outcomes than are coming into your life. And what you are doing is actually holding yourself apart from all of the good that wants to come to you. Because whatever is in sync with your vibration is perfect for you. And whatever is not coming into your life, it's because it's not in sync with your vibration. You could be holding on to outcomes that are the best outcomes that you can perceive with wherever you're sitting now, but you can't even perceive what's going to be a year from now. Just like a year ago you couldn't perceive where you were going to be today, especially on this spiritual awakening. And the things that I was wishing for a year ago would not have been able to fulfill the person that I am now. And so I see that whatever expectations were a year ago or 2 years ago, 5 years ago that I was holding on to, or 10 years ago, are completely irrelevant. Are completely irrelevant to the person that I am now. And in this way, I can see that whatever I'm trying to hold on to now is completely irrelevant because I can't see what's around the corner. And during the spiritual awakening, everything happens so fast. We rise. And as we rise, we're rising further and further and further. And as we rise, we're becoming this much broader and this much broader and this much broader. That to fulfill that is really, it's just self-fulfillment. The only thing that can really fulfill us is this self realization. When you get to this point of consciousness, there is nothing in the external world that can fulfill you as just enjoying the moment in every moment and enjoying life and seeing it for that. And even the expectation of that letting go and then just becoming a pure essence of life, being in the moment, watching things as they unfold, being completely wide and open to whatever does come your way, and seeing the opportunities and not holding on to the outcomes, not holding on to I need this to be happy or I need that to be happy, just being happy in the moment, being happy that we're on this spiritual awakening. We are so privileged and we are so chosen. And I know that sounds, we're all chosen for whatever purpose, but those of us that are awake, are awaking, are in the process of this spiritual awakening, even with all the pain, we get into this poor me, why me? It hurts so bad. Oh my God, I would never wish that. I would wish this on me. This is spectacular. We are getting to know every single aspect of ourselves, including the depths of the pain, which also allow us to enjoy the heights. When you can enjoy the full spectrum of your emotions without getting stuck, and that you can remove fear from your experience completely. You're not afraid of your own emotions anymore. You're not afraid of how things are going to touch you. You're not afraid of being disappointed because there is no disappointment anymore, because there are no expectations, because you aren't holding anymore. This is spectacular. And someone asked me, does it ever end? The pain, does it ever end? I see the glimpses of where this is leading us into. This is leading us into pure bliss. This is leading us into heaven on earth. And this is a process. And the quicker that we can allow, means open, open. As quicker as we can allow, and allow the process to life to flow through us, the quicker we get to that place where we're completely open and that life doesn't hurt us anymore, because the pain is our own pain. It's within us. It's contained within our being. It is our perception. So the pain is a vibration that we are connecting to, right? All of the vibrations are all around us at all times, and that is what we are experiencing at that moment. But that pain is within our ego body. When we rise above the ego body, we can feel the pain without suffering. The pain is there to guide you and to bring you and to show you, and for you to experience. So I'm going to end this here. I have to get my kids off to school. So much love to you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sending you guys so much love and a big hug, and may all of your desires and full potential open up for your highest good. Sending you guys so much love. Thank you.